show you how to clear a slow or blocked sink drain, bathroom sink drain. So we'll just turn the water on. You can see it doesn't take long to fill up, and that's usually just because of soap residue or shaving cream or whatever goes down the drain. It collects on the inside of the drain opening there. So sometimes it just gets caught around the plug. So what you can do, if your plug is easy to remove like this one, just pull it up, see if there's any hair or anything on there. There's a little bit of hair, but that's obviously not what's blocking this drain. Some plugs don't come out that easy, so I'll have to show you at the end of this video how to disconnect one if it is attached and it's not removable. So now we're going to plunge this drain. So it's a pretty easy fix, and it's just a couple of steps to remember, but you can do it. All you need is a plunger and a rag. So I'll get you to hold the camera now. So the rag is just to cover up the overflow. And at the front of the sink here, if you can see, maybe get a shot from that way. Okay. In the mirror. Yep. So if you look in the mirror, there's the overflow opening right here. Yep. So we're just going to cover that up, because as soon as I start putting force on the drain, all that water is just going to shoot up through the overflow. So just fill it up a little bit here. So I'm holding the rag on the overflow and just try to get a good seal on the drain opening. So you'll get a bit of junk coming up, but that's normal. Just soap build up and everything. So let it all go down. Rinse, give it a good rinse. And there you go.
Good.
No more blocked drain.
No more blocked.
So I'm just going to do it one more time just to make sure we got everything. And this time, because it is draining, it's not going to fill up at all. Just hold the plunger over the drain opening for a few seconds. Let the water build up in there. And then once you get a good seal, just do the same thing. You want to keep the plunger fixed to the bottom, so you're not even really pulling it off the bottom of the sink. You're just letting the suction do the work. So hold it there, little movements up and down, and I think we got it all. Good. So nice and easy. So just pull off the hair, whatever's on the plug, put that back in, and you're all set. When you've finished, one thing that you need to double check is underneath the sink. Make sure that there's no water dripping from the trap here. So just run your hand along the bottom of the trap and along the tailpiece coming out of the sink here. Alright, so if it's corroded or leaking, then definitely you'll need to call a plumber to fix that up. But if you're dry, then you're good. This is a typical plug drain, mechanical plug that you see in a bathroom. When you push down on the lever, it operates this rod and makes the plug pop up and then go down. Okay? So in order to get this out, it's a little trickier. This is going to be at the back of your drain, so you can't see this. You have to do this all by feel. So it's easier to show you when it's out of the sink. To get the plug out, you need to unscrew this nut. Most of them will have a nut there. And make sure when you take it out, there's going to be a washer. Sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two. So you don't want to lose those washers. So when you pull it apart, make sure everything stays the same way so that you can put it back together the way you found it. There's also a washer inside here. Sometimes it stays in. Just make sure it doesn't fall out before you put it all back together. So once that's removed, you can pull the plug, remove it, And then before you plunge the drain, make sure that you tighten this back up, or else obviously you'll have water gushing down into your cabinet. Okay, and so to put it all back together again, you just reverse the process. You put the plug back in, there's a little hole that this rod has to fit into. So pull that apart, make sure you don't lose any pieces. Put this back in, and again, this is a little tricky. It'll take you a few tries to get it if it's your first time. So just put that in, and then you need to feel around. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but if you turn the light on, you might be able to see it. On the inside there's the little opening where this rod has to fit into. So if we push it in there, and it's lined up properly, then it's good to go. And you just hold it in place while you're tightening the nut back on there. Okay? Sometimes it's hard to get that lined up, especially when you can't stick your head behind there and see where everything is supposed to be positioned. If you have any trouble with this, just call a plumber. We're happy to help. We're Leaside Plumbing, and you can find us at leasideplumbing.ca. If you live in Toronto or the GTA, we're happy to help. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful.